I noticed that monthly U.S. exports and imports were way up over the same month a year ago in data released recently. This didn't surprise me, and it shouldn't surprise you either. The data is for May. Last May was the month U.S. trade bottomed out as the COVID-19 pandemic sunk its teeth into the U.S. economy. I was curious, however, whether the figures for this May were better than May of 2019, before the pandemic. In other words, had U.S. trade really recovered? What I found did surprise me. Trade in the month of May this year was greater than any other month of May in U.S. history. Some of that, particularly going back more than a decade or so, can be explained away by inflation. But not in recent years, since inflation has been so low, stubbornly low. But wait, it gets more interesting. 3 of the 4 biggest months ever for U.S. trade are the latest 3 months. That's right, more trade occurred in March than any other month in U.S. history, with May 3rd and April 4th all time. Something else was interesting. It wasn't the usual suspects. On the import side, motor vehicles, often the leading U.S. import, are off 22.62% from the pre-pandemic level registered in May of 2019. That's $3.45 billion. The value of crude oil, the second-ranked import, was off 21.82% from May of 2019. That's equal to $2.92 billion. The value of gasoline and other refined petroleum products, the 7th-ranked import, is down $514.02 million from May of 2019. On the export side, the category led by civilian aircraft, which had ranked first for 76 consecutive months, more than 6 years, has ranked second to oil 3 of the last 5 months. The May total is down 43.35% from the same month in 2019, before the pandemic. This is, of course, a Boeing story. Even oil, one of the nation's fastest growing exports, is down 5.13% from May of 2019. Motor vehicle parts, a key cog in the automotive supply chain, have yet to recover fully from the pandemic and are down $997.79 million, or 25.05%, from May of 2019. So how to explain the rapid growth in U.S. trade? The growth on the export side, when comparing May of this year to May of 2019, is from the following. Number 5 ranked natural gas and other petroleum gas is up $2.06 billion, 79.08%. Number 6, computer chips, up $146 billion, 45.87%. Number 9, vaccines, plasma, and other blood fractions, up $934.31 million, a robust 45.86% from May 2 years ago. Number 13 ranked corn, up 172.14%. equal to $1.5 billion. Number 17, platinum, up $1.07 billion, 301% from May of 2019. To be clear, May 2019 was no slouch of a month. It was the second busiest May in history for U.S. exports, behind only May of 2021, and the 12th busiest ever for any month. On the import side, if not cars and oil, then what? And do these fast-growing imports suggest inflationary pressures? Well, the effects of COVID-19 can still be seen in several high flyers. That includes 2 that registered values in May of 2021 more than $1 billion ahead of the May 2019 total. The value of a primary lumber category, ranked number 18, was up $1.33 billion in May, an increase of 245.14% over May of 2019. Lumber, of course, has been well publicized for being caught up in the supply chain shortage brought on by home repairs and other construction. Number 21, platinum, is up $1.16 billion, an increase equal to 255.83%. Number 10, computer chips were up $948.57 million in May when compared to May of 2019, an increase of 35.26%. Number 30, a category denominated by non-surgical rubber or latex gloves, was up $982.40 million, an increase of 418.42%. Think of all those people wearing those blue, purple, or green gloves to serve you. Number 40, exercise and gym equipment, is pumped up as well, increasing $525.35 million, an 87.07% jump. More than a few people, it turns out, didn't like what they saw in that full-length mirror while stranded at home. As was the case with exports, on the import side, it isn't like May 2019 was a down year, making it easier to post big percentage gains this May. May of 2019 was the 6th biggest month in U.S. history. Given the strong month of May, it should come as no surprise that U.S. trade is still running at a record pace. Overall trade stood at $1.79 trillion, a 4.36% gain over the record pace set in 2019. Exports stood at $692.28 billion through May, up a sliver, 0.83% above the 2018 record pace. Imports topped $1.09 trillion, an increase of 6.55% over the 2019 pace. From outside the Washington Beltway and inside the trade numbers, I'm Ken Roberts, and this has been another episode of Trade Matters. Because it does.